So the last few Italian Grand Prix at Monza has led to something called the Monza curse. And before everyone says, what is the Monza curse? I'll be more than happy to tell you. For the last few seasons, a driver that's won a Grand Prix has then retired from the race the year after. So here are some examples. Charles Leclerc won in 2019, DNF'd in 2020. Pierre Gasly won in 2020, DNF'd in 2021. Daniel Ricciardo won in 2021, DNF'd in 2022. Now, Max Verstappen, he won in 2022. What's going to happen in this race? Can the Monza curse save Ferrari's season? Ferrari's run of form in 2023 has just been depressing. I can't remember the last time I've seen Ferrari in such bad shape. Now, whilst the drivers have been performing decently, a couple of errors here and there, but decently, with an overall poor car, just the sheer amount of tactical errors and pit stop blunders and just general mistakes and bad strategy calls from the team has just led to this overall sense of failure at Ferrari. And it makes me think, would Schumacher or Lauda have put up with this kind of nonsense from Ferrari? Probably not. God, you can imagine Schumacher just kicking in the door at Maranello. Throughout the races, when we listen to the radio communications between Sainz and Leclerc and the pits, you can just hear just the sheer frustration and hopelessness in their voices. You can hear it loud and clear. And even before and after the races, you can absolutely read their body language that they're just absolutely dejected. Even when Leclerc retired from the Dutch Grand Prix, he chose to sit on a deck chair by the side of the track and just watch the race, rather than go back to the pit stops and hear a load of rubbish from the crew and just a load of excuses. Go through the same arguments over and over again. I'd say easily the pair of them have lost all confidence in Ferrari and are most probably looking for a way out. We're hearing murmurs about Sainz hooking up with Audi when they come into the sport, and Leclerc is definitely a wanted man throughout the grid anyway. And especially with Aston Martin finding their form and their speed again, good things need to happen with Ferrari, otherwise they are just going to be stuck in fourth place behind Aston Martin and in front of McLaren, who are still a fair bit behind them. But even if they're having a bad season, Ferrari just seem to do something different at Monza for some reason. Now, Ferrari have had some excellent performances at Monza with an excellent car. You have to go back to the Schumacher years to look at this, between 2000 and 2004. But also they've had a habit at doing well at Monza when their car has absolutely no business being up there at all. Look at 1988, a 1-2 finish led by Gerhard Berger in a season where the McLarens were absolutely dominating in a fashion that had never been seen before in the sport. Okay, both McLarens retired from the race, but Ferrari were right there to swoop in. And I have to mention as well, Alesi getting third in 1992 against the dominant Williams of Mansell and Patrese, and also Senna's McLaren, and also the up-and-coming Michael Schumacher. And then second place in 1993 when he was up against the Williams cyborg cars. Michael Schumacher won in 1996 when Williams were absolutely cleaning up with their FW18. Ferrari just seemed to do things a little bit differently at Monza. And it's not just Ferrari that pull it together for Monza, it's other Italian teams as well. Look at Toro Rosso in 2008, absolutely smashed it with Sebastian Vettel. And just as a reminder, a few years ago, that team was Minardi, the lovable Minardi team, who always finished at the back. And then later on with Pierre Gasly in 2020 as AlphaTauri. If it has to come together for Ferrari for one race this year, it has to be this one. Not just for the team, but for the fans as well. Just for them to harness the patriotism, the overall Italianness of the day. It's a home race for Ferrari. Actually, that's an interesting point. Maybe the Ferrari team just hate travelling. Maybe they just hate going abroad. If Max is going to fall foul of the Monza curse, Ferrari need to be able just to swoop right in there and snatch first place or even some podium positions at the least. This means staying as close to the Red Bulls as possible, staying on top of both Mercedes, staying on top of just one of the Aston Martins, and then making sure as well that the McLarens and Alpines are kept at bay as well. Ferrari are running a special livery this year at the Grand Prix, which looks okay. It's not as good as last year's, but it looks okay. Let's be honest, the new livery is all about getting some media coverage and selling some extra merch, but perhaps maybe it can just be something else just to give the team a little push to add that extra 10% that's just needed to get it over the line. So, will Max fall foul of the curse, allowing Ferrari to gloriously swoop in for a win at their home race? I do kind of think curses are nonsense, but given Max's current run of form, if he does fall foul of the curse, it will absolutely confirm its existence. I will hand myself over to the supernatural and I will join a cult first thing in the morning. Or will Max just win straight from pole, like normal, proving there is no curse? And then Ferrari doing things business as usual. One car goes out in Q2, terrible strategy, pit stop blunder, and Leclerc retires for some reason. Missione completata. Thanks so much for watching. I'd love to hear your views on this. Please like, share and subscribe, and we'll see you soon. Enjoy the race.